Happy Saturday, everybody. How's it going today? Texas Redleg here. Wanted to do a video today to, number one, thank all my subscribers and people that interact with me and leave comments. I appreciate that, and hopefully you can keep it up. But if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Please like and share my videos. I appreciate the broadcasting of, and the sharing to get my information out there. Hopefully I can start doing some better stuff. I haven't probably dedicated as much of my time to this as I probably could have, but been busy prepping and working and the like. So life goes on, and this isn't a form of income for me. So it is what it is. But I do appreciate you guys and gals watching. And hopefully you're getting something out of it. I know I get a lot out of you people's videos and all that. So hopefully we're learning from each other and continuing to do the things. But what I wanted to talk about today was the fact that you can expect things to get much worse, in my opinion. And when I say much worse, I'm talking about from a overall perspective, financial, economic, health, security, everything from internet interruptions to banking interruptions, etc. I don't think that we're going to escape the wrath, if you will, that Russia is under currently, due to their own doing, obviously, but the fact that they've been selected for punishment due to the nefarious things that their government has been doing over there and has done and continues to do. So expect things to get much worse. And I say that especially around the midterms, like leading up to the midterm elections. I think you can expect things to continue to break down and get worse, because number one, it's sort of a godsend for the left, because they need a chaotic situation where voting is not reliable. They need a situation where mail-in voting is crucial for the people to be able to vote. They need mail-in voting because they can control it, okay? And so look for that to be a major thing this coming midterms 22. I expect that to be a major thing like it was last time, and they know the blueprint. So expect things to get much worse, especially leading up to the midterm elections. And a secondary part of what I wanted to talk about today was regarding preps. It's easy to, pile a bunch of stuff up on the shelf and say, look at all this gear I have and all this, etc., etc. But to me, it makes a lot more sense if you can try to slim down your preps, especially on the tool front, and have dual purpose preps. In other words, a tool that accomplishes more than one thing, So like, for example, a hatchet. A little hatchet can be used for chopping on the curved portion of the head, and then you can turn it over. Generally, you've got a flat part of the head on the rear, which you can actually drive a nail with, or use it as a blunt instrument, if you will. So like a hatchet, can be used as a chopping tool and a hammer, if you will. It also can be used as a prying device. So a hatchet is a very useful tool when it comes to preps and has more than one purpose. Another example is a multi-tool. Multi-tool can take the place of a lot of different things. Sometimes a regular length screwdriver is better, but multi-tool will probably do in a pinch. Another one is like plastic containers with lids, or a canteen cup, if you will, or some type of hiking aluminum cup with a screw-on lid. You can use it to boil water, you can carry things in it, etc. So just try to think about things that have a dual purpose, not just one thing. And I think if you can load your preps and build your preps off of a dual purpose premise, you'll have a little bit more room and you'll have less weight to carry around should you have to get out on foot or evacuate. And plus, it just takes up less space. Keeping it simple is going to be huge going forward, I think. And remember, prepping is not really designed to make things convenient for you. Prepping is more of a way to lessen the impact or pain of an event. In other words, you've got plenty of pain reliever. If you get hurt, you can minimize the pain to a particular area. Antibiotics, same thing. Wound wash, different spices. Those are sort of luxuries when it comes to preps, because you can make something taste a little bit better, right? And obviously some spices have medical dual purposes as well. So think of your prepping as a form of lessening the pain and being a tool of a necessity in a time of crisis. We can all go crazy and get all the conveniences and the luxuries of home, but if you can't put it on your back and take it with you, or throw it in the bed of a truck or an SUV or a car trunk, it's not going to do you much good. So think of it in those terms. Another area I wanted to talk about was being selective and getting better at hiding places. And that goes for, yourself and or some of your items. And, getting creative with concealment and all that entails with regard to everything from pew-pews to fried rice to the paper currency to special meds, precious metals, etc. All those things may come down to you having to hide them and conceal them. So be creative and come up with a good plan. Sit down and think about it. Look at your home where you live. What can you do there? What can you do outside? What can you do in a vehicle? What can you do down the road? What can you do at your particular bug out location or your evacuation route or location? Just think about it in terms of what can you hide safely and keep the weather out of it and all that. So I think having a good idea of where you can hide things temporarily or long term is really big. So I would consider those items if I were you. And lastly, I wanted to talk about just imploring people to go ahead and go through your preps now, especially your food preps, your canned goods. Go through your things and make sure that you're not sitting on bad items. Expiration dates are, or best buy dates are sort of trivial, right? And my general rule of thumb is if it's a non-meat based product, in other words, if it's not a can of chicken or a can of tuna or a can of beef or chicken or whatever, and if it's expired, I'm probably going to chunk it. If it's green beans or a fruit can or something, if it's expired, as long as it's not too crazy gone, I'll probably still keep it. But go through your preps now, rotate your stock, use up what's getting ready to expire and replace it. It's easy to sit back on your laurels and just think that you're good, but these things do have a timer, and some of them faster than others. But again, if it's a non-meat product, I'm probably going to be more likely to hold on to it past the best buy date or the expiration date, just because those things typically do last a little bit longer as long as they are stored properly. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I want you to keep doing the things you're doing. Don't lose sight of the fact that we got tough times ahead. And you folks know the ingredients, the food groups, if you will. Just keep doing the things. So keep prepping, stack it deep, and always remember, long live the Republic.